Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Today we're back with some more SpellRogue. So, I'm still gonna try and do some Sephara.
Charging my shield.
But we're still trying to like unlock stuff for her eventually. I want to get the last one, so we need to get level 7. But today we're going back to the classic 3. We're going to do a Nazar run. And we're going to slap on some modifiers. We're going to do this one. We'll do it at stage 2 as well, because I want to get that up to 2 if I can do. Or I should do the last one, do it on 1. Get it there if we can do. And I guess in the battle, turn 2 get critical. Or every utility. Every 4 utility spells. Interesting. Now let's take the regen, and is that what we want to do? I'm going to go with this setup. Return die on minus 1, roll 1 or a 3. Hotspot deals 2 damage per thing left. Yeah. Let's go. Let's try it out. I want to see all the cool stuff, the new stuff, and everything else as well. Lots of balance changes and things like that. We could do this straight away. And we've just got to avoid shops for the whole game. But shops are pretty powerful now, and I don't think it's... like, it's not actually worth me ignoring them. At least start with 1 extra power is fine, we'll do that. And as I said, shops are powerful. I would like an early shop. I'd also like 2 elites, but we can't do that. So, this route we can get a relic, and we can... I want the relic as well. Relic's can be pretty good, and a shop, and we got 2 fights, so... yeah. Thinking about the route is always interesting. So, this time around, what are we doing? We can return a spell with 1 less and get an extra 1 or 3, which is kind of cool. And gain 3, reduce the countdown +1 to next cast. Oh, if a countdown gets reduced. Interesting. We'll put this in there anyway. Generate some extra die in the most annoying way possible. We're taking a stupid amount of damage, so we will armor up. Oh, I see. So putting 1s and stuff in there is actually pretty good. Why can I get that back, but I can't in other spells? Oh well. And I guess we'll set that up. I still heal for 5 at the end of the battle, so we're not worried by that much. Just kind of interesting. Another 1, so that dies. Still I do 6 damage to that, but do I really want to? So in this case, it's actually better for me to kind of split the die to get as much armor as possible. And we should have enough for next turn to get the kill. But yeah, we need to figure out on some balance changes and stuff and see what has changed, what has been added, what has been removed, and everything else as well. So that is kind of my point of trying all the cool stuff out, pretty much. And because we've got like lots of unlocks already, like we should be able to see some of the differences and things like that as well. Magnificent Glow, -2 to another random spell 5 times. So this triggers 5 times on just 1 trigger. Works for this. Works for this. We're getting lots of die anyway. Combust. Reduce cost by 2. Combustion. So we can keep that going as well. That'd be kind of a nice combo to have. And Blood Ward, which we've used in the past. I'm going to take the Magnificent Glow because I have never used that before. And I think it's going to get very interesting. Very interesting indeed. We can go full countdown and just like not cast spells the normal way. That would be actually kind of nice. Right? Another 3. We can make a 6. We can do that. That's actually pretty cool. We'll try and take care of the bad guy first, at least then that's not gaining power, and then we'll worry about this guy afterwards. Yeah, magnificent glow it is. Very interesting, kind of cool. Let's see what we can do with it. Basically, it's an instant cast on both of these. Like, there's just no question about it. Put that in there. So that's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that's the 5 times instantly cast. And I can use other spells for like other casts and stuff, so yeah. This is actually kind of working out really well. If I put a 1 in here, I actually set this up already without any trouble. I should put the 5 in there first though, to make sure I get enough armor, so I'm not having power issues. And I have enough to get a good trigger on this, so 3, 3, 1. Must have been max. Although, yeah, I probably should have cast that first. And the kill. Nice. Not using our starting relic very much, but that's absolutely fine. Ooh. And it destroys a random die for temper. Interesting. Kind of cool. Inner Rage is, again, somewhat useful. Magma Skin as well is kind of nice, because I don't mind the retaliation, although it doesn't... Does it stick around now is the question. For 1 turn, no. Inner Rage seems kind of good, and I would like to go a crit bolt at some point. Again, like, I do like them quite a lot, but I don't really have anything that stacks to kind of warrant that, and I don't like Temper, although, kind of interesting idea. Like, really cheap, but I lose... Like, this is like, cast at the end of the turn kind of thing. Like, to make sure that you can have defense, but we'll reroll. Brimstone, kind of like this, gives me guaranteed defense in a way that I can't trigger it. +3 Nourishing Flames to a particular spell, but we don't really want to plus anything on here. And Charcoal Dagger, put an odd in here, and we just do that and apply Rupture. If I had lots of die, that'd be pretty good. But Brimstone is interesting. It's really good defense. And I think I have underestimated Brimstone in the past because of, like, what it is. Extra usage out of this would seem really good. Right? Because I'm going to be able to cast this a lot of times. Play Weakness, or if odd, get that. Don't really know. Let's see what's in the shop first, then. What do we got here? What are we doing? So, Suspension. Interesting. I wouldn't mind that. Blinding Brilliance. Kind of also useful. Or Wild Blaze Orb. Reduce the countdown. Next hit cast gets +1 on the hit. So that would trigger... Same way for 5. And basically would trigger 3 times each time. Good way to leverage the power, I will say. If I get rid of Hotspot, I can buy it. Go to 77. Then I only get 1 trigger per turn, and I could then 50-50 this quite repeatedly, which would be awkward. We're only casting it once anyway, so yeah. Hotspot, you done me well. Wild Blaze Orb, let's go. It's been reworked as well, so it's a little bit different. And extra charge would seem interesting. I don't care about that. The extra damage, though, is actually worth it here. Just to make sure. Glimpse of the Void would be interesting, but yeah. Do I want this artifact or the event? Well, I got no gold, so gold would be an interesting thing with the event. Health lost by 1 on Health Gain Fury. And every 4 attack spells cast in a turn gain power. I might pick that up later. Right? I think that's useful for late game. This is good now. This is kind of useful for the 1 turn where I get the Fury and take some damage. This I can't use at all. And I can't reroll unless I get rid of something, and I'm not doing that. So I guess we'll just take the reduction in damage. Yeah. We have no way to guarantee the rest of them to actually work at the moment, so... And the damage reduction is probably more important. Let's trigger this and this again. Yeah, I was going to say, at least we'll do this, so... It doesn't matter how it triggers it, it's going to trigger it like 3 times anyway, so it's still like pretty good to do it this way. Right. Because instantly 4 times, I'm like, oh yeah, we're almost done here. That's just 2 times, we're done. That was quick. Ah, Wild Blaze Orb. Your upgrade was well worth the money I spent in it. Kindle kind of good. That gives me extra die as well. Deduction of die minus countdown. Falling fire minus countdown. Probably take a Kindle here, actually. Like, an extra die back actually kind of works to my advantage. And it's on a 2, so this triggering there is kind of cool. We'll put it in first. That's the best way. Don't really want to upgrade anything else. We'll have the extra spell to kind of do more things and go from there. Ah, so this is kind of where we go. We'd end up failing if we're going to fail, so... just reroll some stuff. 7. It's annoying I'm doing it this way, but hey-ho. Get a 3 back. Do this. Take one of them out. Brilliant. Do this. Don't mind re-rolling that, but you know, no. Could be useful. Could add a 4 or something. Gain a critical. That's gonna be useful with this Wild Blaze Orb when I get set up. 6 in there. Do it again. Put the 7 away. It's annoying I can't kill this guy, but, you know. It's fine, right? It's still fine. No, there is no worry in what I'm doing. I can just do whatever I need to do, and then my problems will solve themselves. Oh, would you look at that? So increasing this countdown would actually be kind of cool, because it would mean I get more hits out of it. So if we do get the countdown 1, I might pick that up. Extract, deal 14 damage, and then on attack is that? Oh, lethal we healed for 4. Yeah. Nice they put a symbol for that now. Zeal of the Sun, destroy everything. Infuse shield. Kind of like the idea of it. I do get 3s that could benefit me more. But then that's pretty much me swapping Brimstone out. Right? Because essentially that's what this would be, is just the replacement for Brimstone. Which is kind of fine, to be honest. I would like this to be better. I want something else I can do, though, really. I do like the idea of Brimstone if you want to, like, just cheap healing, but I don't really have cheap spell dice all the time, so yeah, Infuse Shield is a better upgrade. Kind of weird, but hey-ho. Let's choose to gain a spell here. I would like something to kind of help my... Increase my health loss this turn. Oh, Eviscerate. Interesting. Gathering Flames. We can get a critical. Or Sharp Spark. That could be a good way to get some extra damage out. Because I can get rid of the countdown on it. But I'll reroll these. I want something like really good. Superheat. Apply 1, but on the cast, we can trigger that twice, and then it goes up to 5 with just the trigger. Superheat it is. Superheat it is. Kindle will keep, because we like that. I guess this is what it's about Firelight for this now, right? Reason being, I would get 6 armor from this, or I can apply basically, what, 1, 2, 4 weakness. Pretty much the same thing. Like, it does the same thing, except I can cast it sooner, which kind of forces the cast to happen the way I want it to, right? Is what I'm thinking. 3, 3, and a 1. Because now I can just, like, still get the damage off in the way that I want to, while also getting this back and, like, triggering other stuff. That's cool. So I'm going to have more uses to get the infused shield and the superheat and stuff like that. Essentially, is my plan. Now, there are ways that I would, like, change this around. We use that potion here now as well. I'm going to apply the mark also to you, because you might as well here. Instant cast, so where does this go? Not bad at all. Apply the weak. Do the 2, we only get a 4, so apply the weak again. And I can't actually get armor from that, so we'll get 3 armor. I take 1 damage. I was going to say, like, what's going to go first there? Order is important, but remember that with spells. Every 12 roll we destroy a die, that'd be kind of interesting. But I do like just the Dreadstone. Me and Dreadstone are memeing everything. Ooh, Heat Stroke. Hemophage, interesting. Gives you armor and then restorable. I like the idea of this, it's just really expensive. Like, I'm probably not even touching that. Heat Stroke is kind of interesting. Because applying more weakness to a target pretty much does the same thing. Like, by itself it's just 4. But I get the extra rerolls and stuff. Burn Scar. Extra charges seem interesting. But no. I like this. Volcanic power, though. That would be my power scaling. I would just need some way to gain life back. And I think that's exactly what we should be taking here. So, what do I get rid of here, then? I think Kindle for now. Does mean everything else is a little bit less consistent, but... Because the main thing is my low-cost spells need to go in defense at the moment. I need to fight another elite, so we're looking to do that. So about enemies gain a dodge, 6 max life. Boss battles, enemies start with +1 power. Every second turn receive a sap. I'll take the mighty bosses, it's fine. I can do 2 elite fights, so I will try for that. And we got an early shot into that as well. So yeah, we'll go to the right shot. The right shot is always the right shot, right? Okay, Fireball. is interesting again. Reclamation I do like the idea of, because of the health loss just gives me more armor, which is kind of nice. Gears from Beyond, not really a fan of right now. Luminance is interesting, but I'm not going to be spending that much dye in it. And I'm probably not spending dye in this, so... yeah. We'll get rid of Firelight and Brimstone. Actually, get rid of Brimstone. I'll keep Brimstone. Kindle can go then? I'm really thinking about it. Reclamation is such a good defensive opportunity though. And as the fact that I'm going to be losing life anyway. But... Viable is interesting because it gives me AoE. I just don't get the wild gazing orb thing. It's 9 for the countdown. Extra charges would seem fun. But the extra increase would just be better. And we need to discharge another spell, so... Okay, Brimstone. Choose an artifact. Let's see what this gives me. For a spell, applying block for each turn applies 5 fury. That is kind of nice. Drink a potion. We gain 2 concoction, 2 power, or each turn -1 countdown to the spells. That's really good. Like I'm so happy with that decision-making process I made. Go that way to go this way. Inscribe -2 countdown to the spell. Gain spiny, and we start with that. Nope. Yeah, we'll just take Inscribe. Why not at this point? The way to reduce countdown. I remember, like... This used to be, something that was consistent, but the upgrade to that was actually pretty good. Turned up... Oh, I went to the shotgun, shouldn't I? Once the elite, that's my fault. I'm too fast. Anything here we want? No. Glowing Visage. Interesting. Nope, leave. Now, do I go for the ritual or go for the event? I guess ritual is better. It's guaranteed output. Okay. So now I only need 6s to get this going every turn rather than anything else. This becomes 2, which is a lot more triggerable. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it triggers everything with every cast. That's really good. That's a 1. Really should save the 3s though. I gotta remember that. You take that. I gotta remember to trigger this as well in the right way. Gain that. And stop you from doing damage, because you'll get weakness anyway. Yeah, cool. I don't take any damage because this blocks that. Okay, so my ordering is wrong. I gotta change that as well. Gotta remember the order of these things. It's very important. That's a 1. That's a 1. You can have the weakness as well, so just don't want to deal with your rubbish. Get it 2. Get more armor. And even more armor. And you get weakness. I'm having a good time. I am having a good time. Okay, so we save the 3s and use everything else instead. Remember that. Save the 3s. Oh yeah, I forgot. Treadstone. I always forget about Treadstone. Health loss minus countdown. Kinda cool. Would work with what we currently have. Chaotic Moment. I do like this spell. I think it's really good. except I don't really need it, and I'm going to be triggering it randomly, so it's not really great. We'll reroll. Gainsaying Banefire. Interesting. Another way to deal damage. And Hemorrhage. To apply Rupture to stuff. I like this, just because defensive tools are useful. But I think we're offensive anyway, and with Wild Blaze Orb, like, it's just really good to be able to trigger this when I need to. So let's do some shuffling around. So Volcanic Power needs to go there. Pop that there as well. We'll put the Superheat here. This can go at the end, I guess, and then these. So in theory, if we're going by order of spells, this will trigger, this will trigger, this will trigger, and they'll be good. To the ritual. Ooh. All dice persist for 1 turn. Fate Weaving. Interesting. Highest dice becomes a Remnant, and then they roll a Remnant is the other option. Roll a 1, 2, or 2. Gain a Fumble, which is roll fewer die for the next turn. And then on 3, we can gain a Potency. Interesting. Reroll lowest. Don't really care about that. I'll take Awakening. I think that's really good to get a Potency out every 3 turns. Like, I'm going to enjoy that. Ah, the ones that I don't like most. A Delightful. Let's set up some 3s then. Okay, we got a lot to deal with. So 4 and 2. So Volcanic Power triggers. We will take you guys to deal with fighting damage, and then we'll fire lots of shots at everyone. So good for Wild Blaze Orb. And then we'll gain the 3. We'll do it again. And then we'll Superheat to reduce shoot to no damage. And then more armor. We're done. We even lost. We even had an extra die. That's how done this play is. Although I'm going to bleed health, so we need some way to make sure we have more health every turn. But, you know, not having health is not the worst thing in the world for me. So I cast everything I need to, like, every turn, right? You shouldn't heal. And then armor. Do it again. Do it again. Am I taking a bit? I am taking a bit. I probably should use that, but I'm not going to. Set this up to do a lot. The grow now is annoying on these. Although I do prefer it, right? I do prefer it. So you can use 1 die next turn if you do that, which is kind of good, right? A 1 and a 2. Sorry, 4 and a 2. We'll trigger everything. You can have that weakness, because I'm not a fan of getting hit by that. I really should actually get armor before I do that every single time, because I am suffering from it. Give me that. Doesn't matter which way I go, I'm always doing a certain amount with this, so we'll try and minimize the impact as much as I can. Okay, so let's learn from my mistake. So we got this. We need to gain armor first, so gain the armor. And do it again. Then cast this, and then we're done. There we go. A lot better. A lot more smoother. On countdown, that seems interesting. Oh, -2 every time you use a countdown die on that. That is not what you want. And -2 from the spell. first cast, you gain a critical. Channel mana. And 5. We'll turn this to a 1, and it does it instantly every single time as well. I like the channel mana. Let's do that. Let's do that indeed. Okay. Lose more life, get more power. So quicker power scaling. Increase the weakness for this, which will mean that if I cast it twice, I go from 4 to 5 every time, in a way. Which is kind of, whatever. You have to cast this more often, it's going to be a lot more useful as well. Anyway. Rolling to random die could be good. Infused shield probably needs a little bit, but I think we just need to set up so I have other things I can do as well. Right? Because I was reaching the point where I was having nothing else I could trigger and do like no more other attacks. So having I think a hemorrhage in this is going to be a lot better when it gets tested out anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. It also means I can cast it like first and decide on what I want to do, right? So we've got a 4 and a 2, lots of 1s. A 3 needs to go in defense, so we'll get defense first. Make sure we do that. I've got nothing else but defense, so let's set that up. We'll cast the 6. Gain power. You're doing damage, so we'll do that. Yeah, and I guess we'll set that up. Not the best, but not the worst. The issue I have is he's got 4 thorns, and yeah. The delight that's happened now that I gotta deal with. So lots of 3s. Put 3 in there first, see what we get. 2 or 1 back. I do have enough, even if I roll a 1 still. Let's get more defense. So let's set the 6 up. You're doing the most damage and harder to kill, so you go to 0. The effect is triggered. Now I take an 11, so we're just going to trigger a potion here. Yeah, I can apply 3 and then do 1, but put all that. And then just put that in there. This is the only thing that's annoying to deal with, right? This is the last turn anyway, so we'll do this. So I'm going to set up. Gain the armor first. Do that again. Do that again. I'm not getting 2s off this. This is like quietry in its finest. Yeah, maybe the brimstone was a better choice to go in there. 2 1s. Oh, without. 14 damage. Apply 2 to this guy. At least then he should die instantly when I get 2, 3 power. Yes. So I just want to hit him twice, basically, because I'm going to take too many hits back. Okay, yeah, I need to get some other armor. Armor stuff. Sure on die, interesting. Wildfire Explosion. Inferno. So I like some of this stuff, but yeah, Temper could be interesting, but Destroying Die seems terrible. Ashen Plating, I do like actually that, and it is good armor stuff. I'll put it in because eventually it'll be useful. Also, Orb, Searing Heat. Maybe Searing Heat can go now. Maybe that's the problem. Then this can just jump in there instead. Because I'll have the other armor, so I don't need this spell anymore. If I go by that logic, I must just put Kindled in. Just the same thing, right? Until, like, this is upgraded. We'll have to think. We'll heal here, because we need to heal. you know. And let the wild blaze orb go. I'm just gonna set ourselves up and hit stuff in the face very hard. The main thing, the cost reduction on this is actually pretty good. Because eventually I'll be casting it for 1 anyway, which won't make a difference, except it does take up a hit, but like that's actually not that bad. Straight up 6 and go in there. It's like I'm hitting like none of the good stuff. Infused Shield is probably one we'll get rid of at some point, I think. A 3? No. Let's open for a 3. But now that's down even more. Every cast is really useful. Armor scaling would be nice if we can get that, but I am not hopeful on that front, to be honest. 5 and a 1. Yeah, this is actually reducing the health cost down to 1. That's great news. Although, oh, we still took Dreadstone damage because we killed a head. Game, is that fair? Is that correct? I don't want to be nitpicky, but yeah, like I'm going to be nitpicky on that. Oh, 4. Not fair. Take a 9 and we're done. Oh, yeah, and cast that, so. Gain even more die. Although we do lose 1 for this turn, and we got terrible rolls, so. Interesting. It's still good to do that, because, like, it doesn't change anything by doing it. I might actually just get, like, an extra die to use, so. Use this. We've got a 3, that's good. Okay, the extra potency will be nice now. Like, we have 1 bad turn to then use it again and again and again and again. So, just chuck the 6 in straight away. There, that 3 goes there. Try and get myself as another 3. We did. Use the 1. Use the 4. And lots of dice are going away. Yeah, I just can't use all the die I need. Like, that's the other thing now that's happening. Is because I rely on, like, all this stuff. Like, I don't actually need, like, the rest of the other stuff now, especially once you get set up. So maybe wait till I kind of like change out some of the things. Again, we're going to hit the 4 or 3 because my brain is big and smart. We can turn that into a 4, which then can be turned into a 3. Like, look how many die we're actually losing. Yeah, and these cancel out now, so it's like we're in the positives, you know, direction now. You can also just roll this to get to roll a 1, right? Or I assume, no, roll 1 die again, and then get the fumble for next turn. So, like, you could just keep doing this and cancelling out the fumble, which would be interesting. Okay, so that goes in that. Wait. Have a brain first. Do that. then chuck this in there. Remember, my brain is big and smart. And upgrading the infused shield is probably an option as well for better defense, because I cast it 3 times, which, you know, 2 extra defense on this is an extra 6 armor, so it is worth it. This casts now every turn, so it's also a benefit. I like the way we're playing it, so... Again, get the armor first. Then trigger this. What was 28 damage? It's 28 damage. Now that's a lot of damage. And this now should be the turn. So I need to make sure we have enough armor. So let's do that first. Then cast. Done. Nice. What do we get here then? Splitting die is pointless. Holding extra die is kind of also pointless. Sap is terrible. We don't want that. Curse isn't probably that bad. I'd rather lose a die to get an extra benefit, to be honest. I did say I'd rather do it. We'll take the Rage Blade. Crescendo is interesting. Eruption is not. And... Morphs the spell. And then Phoenix Shriek. 6 times. And it, on deplete, you heal for 4. So extra charges or extra armor. That's annoying. It doesn't tell me if this gets upgraded, the Phoenix Shriek. Like, that seems great and all, but I'm not happy of having to, like, sacrifice 4 life for a time. We'll reroll. Blood Vortex. Interesting. Destroy all die, and 5 damage to the front enemy per die destroyed. Interesting. Furnace, -2 to all spells per die spent, which we're probably not spending very many die. Why do this to me, game? Why do this to me? I'll take Blood Vortex. It's like still decent enough to have, but I'm probably just gonna get rid of it. Hemorrhage I still like, but yeah. Channel Mana was also interesting. Okay, let's get rid of some of this stuff. So Superheat, probably one we should get rid of, maybe. I mean, it's still useful. We have enough die to actually warrant using it. So Hemorrhage is kind of out then. Blood Vortex we don't want. That's going to cause us to have issues. We'll put Superheat back in. Keeping Scribe and Kindle, I think they can be useful. Channel Mana could be interesting as well with the crit of this on there from the first cast. I mean, to be honest now, with this, we get 15 Fury every turn. 10% max HP. End of turn 1, receive a fumble. No, that's going to work really badly for me at the moment. We'll take that. Boss 7 to more max life is fine. A late shot would be useful, and 2 elite fights would be great. So let's go to the left then. And see what we can do. And let's see what we can do. Nice. I got paid there. Oh, we got to defend first. I should really remember to do that every time. Have your weakness, and then... one shot the first guy. Oh, nice. And I still get to cast this as well, so we're all good. Yeah, the issue is I might not get cast the Wild's Blade orb all the time. But having this is kind of nice. Like, I can just cast this now and still win as such, right? So we'll do this, get the armor, to make sure we don't die, and then just go, there we go, done. Like, just from the Rage Blade. Convalescence is interesting for the healing, as I would like the healing, to be honest. Just to make sure I can cast it, but then I'm going to cast it without control, so it's not really that great. Again, I like this, the Bane Fire, but there's nothing really much. We'll take Burn at both ends, because I can just sell it for extra gold, so I have a better chance of getting a decent one from the shop. That we'll be going to. Come on, game, like, don't be mean about it. I can clearly see your bias tree. Nice. That's brilliant. Oh no, I can't assign that, so it's better to get the armor then. Almost had an issue there. Almost had an issue. Like that cast anyway, which is fine. Gain armor first. Best way to gain armor is use this, so that's what we'll try to do. You of course just have a problem. That 3 suppression is really annoying. I guess it's not really bad if I can just one-shot them. Gathering Flames. I can gain a critical. That'd be pretty good. I mean, that's a really good payoff, to be honest. Bombard, deal X damage to the rear enemy 2 times. Again, it's good for the scaling. And potion use plus 2 charges. I get to roll the die on that. That's actually... Oh no, I gotta... Yeah. Put 2 in there to reroll, put 2 in there to reroll, 2 in there to reroll. Or set to 4, and gain power. Yeah, take Bombard again, it's sellable. Like, that's the main thing, is just have more and more gold. What we got here then? Lose 2 spells, choose to gain an artifact. Lose the pendant, but we can choose to gain a rune. Or take 18 damage, take the damage, gain a shard. Shards are really good here. So, we can hit more times with this spell, which will guarantee more success, or we can just have more charges, which basically does the same thing. Which I think I might just go with more charges, like extra cast and stuff would be a lot better, rather than just the extra 2 countdown. And get more out of that. Extra armor here, though, is also pretty good. At least early on. Yeah. I might get rid of that spell still, but... We'll go this way, deal with this guy. The guy that does depleting presence. I am not happy about you, my friend. A 4 and a 2. Yeah. Guess we just go. Look at that, we just did like half his health. That's funny. And we can do that to just get more armor, so it's also reduce the cost again next round. Apply the weakness to you. Turn that loose into a 3 so we can get some other stuff if we need it. Check the 6 in there to hopefully cast this stuff. Nice. And we should be dead. And we forgot to... I forgot about Dreadstone again. I forgot about Dreadstone. Transcendence. Interesting. Just gain armor. We've got 5 and then that's slightly better. Again, I'll take Transcendence because it's just a good disenchant, right? Even if I don't use it. This having more charges is my next thing, isn't it? Because it means I can get to cast the other stuff, like, more often as well. This having more charges could also be interesting. Oh, but it increases it to 6, though, on the countdown. I think just more hits on this, because then it guarantees like these are going to go off. If I'm only casting it once per turn, I still think that's fine. We can heal, we can choose against spell, get max life. I guess the max life is useful here, just to make sure that we survive. We have no other unforeseen accidents. Like this dude. Like this dude here. I am not happy about this. So I'm gonna deal 23 damage to myself first turn. If this goes terribly wrong, which it will do. So let's at least let's at least stop the pain to a certain degree, right? Oh yeah, and then that goes there. Oh no, terrible! You gains like some armor. That's really gonna ruin my entire plan. Like what I was going to do. Here's actually fine to cast the Bumble to get the 2 die now, right? Because I should be winning here anyway. No, don't use that one just in case. And then I can actually cast this again, so I should do. Just to make sure that nothing else goes wrong, and then there should be a death, right? Okay, it wasn't death, but good enough. I think is the phrase I would use. Oh no, this is terrible. Do that again. 3 can go there. Gain that much. I do this semi game. Do that again. Fine. I was hoping I get the armor from this. Actually, I should, yeah, put that in front just in case now. Because my dumb brain is gonna forget all about that, and it's got countdown. It's gonna be useful to have it trigger beforehand. Vindictive Strike, count loss, -2 on the countdown. Interesting. Fickle Barrier. I do like a Fickle Barrier, actually. I will pick that up. Is it better than what I currently have in play for like this as an upgrade? So I'll be trading this out for this, which means I'm going to get less countdown effects triggering in the way I want them to. Because it's going to be spread across too many things. I should be fine, even without that. I don't think there's an issue on the front of, like, me causing stuff a bit. Before we do, let's double check what we're facing on boss-wise. What we're facing on boss? Oh, the hands. So the hands, I need the armor and stuff more. Because I'm just not gonna, otherwise I'll outscale and cause issues. Maybe some healing could be useful, actually. But no, we need the armor on that. And we'll do one last shop run, see what we get. Quarter eyes, interesting. Not great. Reforge, interesting spell. Amalgamate, I like the idea of that. But no. Superheat is interesting as well, but no again. I'll take the regen vial, that's a pretty good pick up. Ashdai's point. Actually, Ashdai could come in use. Throw that away. Keep the weakness because it's all enemies. Take the artifact first. Tower spells. Every 10 spells, get 2 charges. For every 3 countdown spells, get +1 charge leftmost countdown spell. Yeah. Learn my lesson as well. Yeah. Just learn my lesson. Get another one. Start battle, gain 1 power. Interesting. When gain block from a spell, so gain 1 delay block. That's kind of nice. Enemy death +1 to all spells. Yeah. I'll reroll here. We can't buy another one anyway, so we'll rather get something better. When attacked by enemy, receive 2 fury. Every 3rd turn, roll a dice. Every 10 dice rolls, apply 2 rupture to all enemies. Well, that's extra damage, so demonic seal it is. And then we're just going to get rid of all these then. And another artifact. What do we got here then? Each turn gain a radiant. That's actually really good. Start battle gain all week. Enemy death gains 6 block. That could save myself. I want to take the radiant because it is like the better one out of the lot. But I really probably should take the armor on enemy death, because then I won't hurt myself as much, right? Gain health here. Let's go. Let's see what we can do here. So, the first thing I'm going to do here is just roll this. I want the extra die now. I want to get this down low to make sure we have like other chances to do other things. The view shield is going up because we're going to hurt ourselves anyway. Do that to generate another 3. And then we'll do it again as well. Some great demonic seals just ticking away already. Now we've got all those triggered, we just chuck this in. Get our 7 times, well, 14 countdown done. You have the weakness on you. Ah, cool. Yeah, Solidarity gets the extra charge. That's actually really useful. And then we'll just set the Ashen Playtime. Pretty much. I only lose 1 life per turn. All enemies can have weakness when I need it to, if I'm going to have a bad turn. So yeah. I think we're in a good spot. If I do say so myself. So gain the armor first, do that again. And then trigger this. You get weakness. You got the extra slot, so we'll do that. So got 2 back. Pop you in there to trigger. Everything dies, and then yeah. This is kind of fun, right? I got the best of both worlds. I can scale as much as I need to. I don't have anything else to worry about. Past this, gain the good thing. And that way, if I have a bad turn, we're also covered by that. I only really need to use it once, so it's not like it's like that of a big target to hit, but... I just love how it's like, yeah, I'll hit everything except the thing you want to, you know. Thanks, game. Both hands are down. gain armor there, and then we'll start lowering the Ashen Plate again. You know, a bit of an awkward turn here, but that's fine. We'll just have to deal with it. So I'll set everything to be weak. I'll give myself a regen. I will make my 6 cast here. And everything gets cast every turn. That's brilliant. You get weakness. I kind of landed badly, I guess. But also well at the same time. I'm kind of confused how well that went. Oh yeah, I'm going to cast that. It's not really predicting it. The true delight. Let's create a bunch of 3s first, see what we can do with them. So I've got 1 3 in there. We get a 2, that's good. We can now cast that without having to worry. Nice. And then use all the 2s to go into there. Still didn't cast the Wild's Play at all. Well done, you got the prediction right. I do find it hilarious that literally we're just like, oh yeah, I just, you know, I just exist and like stuff happens around me. Like, I have no control over the spells that I cast or what happens around me. I just do what is necessary to win. Cast that first. Do that again, just to make sure. And chuck this in. As I say, I should cast everything on repeat now, I think. You have weakness, you got 2 times strike. Ooh, I didn't kill anything on that. Oh, danger, danger. This is not good. We'll at least die then. Also helps with triggering stuff. That goes in there. We get the extra shield. That gets more shielding there. Put weakness on you again because reducing you is more important. And yeah, we're rolling for no reason. I cast this straight away, just because like the extra die now is more useful. Yeah, you can predict me all you want. That's fine. We'll just accept that that's going to happen. And the same with this. Have as much prediction as you need. Ooh, yeah. I can give you more. And this should be GG then. Unless, like, we don't hit the thing we need to hit. There we go. There we go. Ancient Shard of Fire. And this is what we need to collect. We need to collect them all. No idea why. I just feel like I have to now. So maybe something will happen. But yeah, that was a really good Azar run. Like, I've never had this spell before, and it works really well with this sort of build. Like, the Wild Blaze Orb triggering itself. I like the difference on just if the countdown gets reduced, you get extra bonuses, because sometimes just like having to put die and stuff to get the extra bit is really annoying, but the countdown is actually a lot better. It punishes higher rolled die, but it also rewards you for having lower die as well. So it's a bit more skill involved rather than just trying to cast it. But yeah, really interesting run. So again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.